Hello, everyone. On this Sunday, 25th May 2025, I am Madam Anireju. Whatever time you are right now, I greet and welcome you to my channel, Anireju News. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Mete wa Biafra de no. Mete wa Biafra de no. Asina he hit me megi. Mete wa Biafra de no. Akane hiora. Dule o. Mete wa Biafra de no.
There are too many oral versions, speculated mythical tales that are not factual that have been told about Itsekiri and Oluginwa, especially Ijaw and Urhobo, who falsely use it to slander, to berate, underrate, and detriment Itsekiri reputation as people of Warri Kingdom on social media. Just as Urhobo and Ijaw have started again to exhibit on social media vomiting rubbish about Itsekiri and Olu monarchy over Itsekiri ownership of Warri. The Urhobo ranters speculated that Itsekiri were Yoruba slaves from Ekiti, and Itsekiri don't stay in one place, and Itsekiri origin was Yoruba and Edo. Even Onwa Edo North speculated that Ginwa discovered Itsekiri. Meanwhile, Ijaw ranters speculated that Oluginwa was not a Bini and that he was Ijaw from Baramatu. All of these speculations about Itsekiri and about Olu of Warri are blasphemy from the pit of propaganda lying hell of Urhobo, Ijaw, and Onwa. Itsekiri, who are also Iwere people of Warri Kingdom, was never slaves of Yoruba or from any part of Yoruba, period. Itsekiri origin is not Edo or Yoruba. Itsekiri have always stayed put in Warri Kingdom, being the landlord and owner of Warri. The Benin Prince Oluginwa was not founder of Itsekiri, and he did not discover Itsekiri. Instead, Itsekiri Iwere embraced Oluginwa, dated back to 15th century. It has become imperative to set the record straight with historical facts about Oluginwa and his journey to Itsekiri from Ijaw and the circumstances that led to it, dated back to the 15th, 16th century. But first, who was Oluginwa? Where was he born? Who were his ancestral family? What was the circumstances that surrounds his journey from his ancestral home to Ijaw and then to Itsekiri? According to Ijaw historical documentation, Oluginuwa was born a Benin prince and was the great-grandson of 5 generations of Oba Eweka, the first dynasty of the Benin kingdom. Oba Eweka the first was born Benin prince and elder son of Oba Oramia, who was born a Yoruba prince, and the youngest son of Oduduwa of Ile-Ife, Yoruba. Around the 12th century, Benin Empire people no longer want to be ruled by Igodomigodo Ogiso kings. They want Oba instead. They requested the honor of Oduduwa's youngest son, Prince Oramia, who became crowned Oba of Benin Kingdom. Upon his demise in the 13th century, his son, Oba Eweka the first, ruled. Oluginuwa's father, Prince Oduma, was crowned the 15th Oba Olua in 1473 to rule the Benin Kingdom. Prince Oluginuwa, who was the eldest son, who should have been the 16th Oba, left the Benin Kingdom before his father's demise around 1480. Oluginuwa, being away from his ancestral birthplace, squatted along the Benin River and the swampy Ondo province by the Amatusi Bank in Ijaw province, where he first met Ijaw people. He married his first wife, Derumo Anizo, from Gulani Ijaw nation. He had an elder son who died, name not given. He also married an Itsekiri wife, Orode. They had 2 sons, Ijije and Irami. Years later, due to the death of his Ijaw wife, a bitter feud erupted between Oluginuwa and the Gulani Ijaws, who accused him of the homicide, and they sought to eliminate him and his entire family. Oluginuwa sought for the assistance of an Idibie, a powerful native doctor, for a safer place to live with his family. The Idibie helped him and his wife and their 2 sons escape to a safer place in Ijala, a town in Itsekiri nation, Warri kingdom, where Oluginuwa settled and was of great influence in Ijala, where he established the Olu monarchy in the legacy of his great-grandfather of 5 generations, Oba Eweka I. Itsekiri embraced Oluginwa for the great positive contribution he made in Ijala. This was how the Olu monarchy connects with his Bini ancestral birthplace and to Ile Ife Yoruba. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. You know that Urhobo, Ijaw, and Onwa will insult Itsekiri and make all kinds of negative comments about Itsekiri. In fact, it made the Olu monarchy to be richer in royal cultural values and tradition. Why has it become a problem for Urhobo, Ijaw, and Onwa? I do not to understand. Why? These documents now from this information now from Ijaw documentation that I come from. Yes, go do your research. You will see it. Go to Ijaw website. It's there. Okay. All right. Oluginwa died in 1510, 16th century in Ijala, Itsekiri town, in Warri kingdom, where he was buried. His son, Olu Ijije, succeeded his father to rule the Olu monarchy. Olu Ijije, like his father, made greater influence in Itsekiri, Warri kingdom. He saw need to move the monarchy to Ode Itsekiri, the ancestral home of Itsekiri Iwere people, Warri kingdom. He signed the agreement with Itsekiri, Warri kingdom, and built the Olu monarchy in Ode Itsekiri. He reigned 1510 to 1525. He was buried in Ijala, the Olu monarchy royal final burial resting place in Itsekiri, Warri kingdom. Ijaw historical documentation is the source of this information. So, Ijaw mouth ranters, this information came from your website. Yet, Ijaw, you vomited rubbish saying that Olu Ginwa no be Bini na ibi, na Baramatu na ibi. But this information came from your own website. Okay then. All right. Okay. So we continue. Yes, we continue very much. Okay. The question for the sadist Islamic Ijaw and Urhobo mouth ranter is, does it mean that Urhobo and Ijaw worthiness is betrayal of trust? Is this all Urhobo especially is about? Betrayal of trust. In 1894, Urhobo betrayed Itsekiri to the British because of palm oil trade. And now, in the 26th century, because now 26th century now we did so, Urhobo and Ijaw has again betrayed Itsekiri to INEC on account of Warri that rightly belongs to Itsekiri, Iwere. How is it that each time Urhobo and Ijaw get themselves in a bind with the British Nigeria Islamic Corporation government, Urhobo and Ijaw would connive to ignite a fight with Itsekiri as a political game cover-up, as in this instance that is playing out all over social media again. Okay, all right. Now talk, now they bring talk. Yes, so now talk, now they bring talk. This is not years past anymore. This not be years past anymore when Itsekiri Iwere plays civil with Urhobo especially. This is not it. Yes. This is media time now. Some percent of Urhobo and Ijaw population went to Awushi Aigbede North to secretly got converted to Muslim. They bear Islamic names and titles and are required to go on Islamization, expansion, jihad, conquest in coastal, being their territorial, targeting Warri. Urhobo and Ijaw, if you say this is not the game, come on social media and say that's not it. Okay, all right. I tell you now, this not be years past anymore. This is media time. Yes. Okay. In 1960, in the 60s, when Itsekiri and Igbo made Sapele to boom, Urhobo no let ears hear word. Urhobo fought Itsekiri over Sapele. Urhobo said that Sapele is in Okpe territory and that Sapele is theirs. The court judgment favored Urhobo. All Urhobo musicians did was compose a high life music with the lyrics that Urhobo and Itsekiri judge case over ownership of Sapele. Urhobo won and Itsekiri they cry. Finish. This is it. Over the years, now be the Sapele na ide deso. What has become of Sapele? Urhobo, I'm asking you, because all you do is fight. On Fridays, an entire open area is blocked for Islam to do prayer. On a daily basis, Fulani herdsmen cows will block streets. Vehicles cannot pass, and a street is renamed after Yoruba. Udu in Ujeme, Fulani has taken over the farmlands and has impregnated higher percent of the young girls and raping majority of the women married or single. Urhobo. Now media time with this so. Fulani is taking over and you are making noise. You can't go and why don't you go there and do expansion? Okay then. All right. Yet again, Awushi Aigbede has claimed that Urhobo and Isoko are tribes of Edo North. Yes. It's on social media. Go do research. You will see it there. Okay. And then some people are saying, oh, we mix, we are Itsekiri, Urhobo, Ijaw, we are the same family. It did make una come together, make we come dey talk. Hell no. Hell no. That time don't pass. Even myself when they talk, so I am mixed too. My maternal side is Urhobo, my paternal side is Itsekiri. And I'm saying no. Enough of this Urhobo business and Ijaw business, making noise once in a while, disturbing Itsekiri. Enough of it. Yes. This is not that time anymore. Because peaceful coexistence is not an option for Urhobo and Ijaw. Okay. During the 3-year war, if you people didn't know, Urhobo and Ijaw were very involved with the Nigerian government. Urhobo did not support Biafra. Urhobo secretly worked with the British, Fulani, Yoruba, and Awushi Edo North, as well as with Ijaw. Urhobo followed Gowon to Ghana. Urhobo was involved in the breach of the Aburi Accord. Urhobo destroyed the fresh fish market and were bringing seafood, ice fish from Europe. Urhobo did that. Urhobo composed song calling Ojukwu and Biafra rebels and praising Gowon. Yes, Urhobo held high-ranking positions in the government. Nobody knew that this was the game plan. So it should not surprise anybody why Urhobo became Islam. A percentage of Urhobo became Islam. Because Nigeria is Islamic. Is Islamic. Okay, so Urhobo rejoiced that Itsekiri were murdered during the murdered and the death did not reach Urhobo. All this happened. Yes. Meanwhile, Ijaw, who gave the name Biafra, and Ojukwu and Igbo, adopted it and ratified it, which is what was the fight. But what did Ijaw do? Some Ijaw who were in the Biafra became informant for Nigeria, for Gowon and Yoruba, which made it easy for British to know what was being planned. The meetings, all this Ijaw did. So basically, Midwest was practically run by Edo North, Urhobo and Ijaw. Yes, that's it. Since the 18th century, Urhobo especially have lied and betrayed Itsekiri trust, accused Itsekiri wrongly to the British. I have 3 videos to show. The first video is a British invasion of Ebrohimi, 1894, Nana Eriomala Olomu. The second video is the recent visit of Atuwase III, Olu of Warri, to South Africa. The third video is proof that Itsekiri owned Warri. Let's see the first video.
Nana Olomu, the governor of the Benin River, was another prominent ruler to be deposed and exiled by the British. One of the 106 children of Olomu, Nana was born into nobility, affluence, and stupendous wealth around the year 1852 at Jakpa in the Itsekiri region. The Itsekiri served as middlemen in the palm oil trade between the Urhobos and the European merchants. Nana Olomu's father would go on to establish his own village, Ebrohimi, on the Benin River. Nana Olomu grew up under the influence of his grandmother, and he displayed distinguishing qualities of genius, character, and enterprise. His father, having noticed these qualities, would draft him into war, and Nana helped his father in many wars. The senior Olomu made his son the commander-general during the Eku War of 1872. He continued in this position until the death of his father in 1883. Following the death of his father, Nana Olomu would take on the mantle of leadership in 1884 without opposition from any of his peers in the land. Due to his effective control of the trade of palm oil, he was able to build his kingdom and greatly develop the capital of Ebrohimi. In 1885, he was installed into the consul area by Her Majesty and was presented with a staff of office sent by the Queen. Nana Olomu, like Jaja of Urhobo, signed treaties with the British government, but also struck out clauses that would have allowed the British access to free trade within his kingdom. These uncooperative tendencies would serve as a precursor to the Ebrohimi expedition of 1894. In 1891, following the creation of the Oil River Protectorate, Nana's position as governor, according to the British, became unnecessary. The protectorate was created to impose direct British rule on the natives and depose African chiefs in the area, including Nana Olomu. Before the creation of the protectorate, Nana had a collision with the proud British consul, George Annesley, who broke Nana's staff of office and threw one half of it into the river because, according to him, he had been in the Benin River for 7 days and was ignored by Nana. Tension had begun to rise, and tempers would eventually set off the Ebrohimi expedition of 1894. Nana, fully aware of the harsh treatment suffered by Jaja of Urhobo in the hands of the British, refused to attend any of the meetings to which he was invited, especially by Ralph Moore, the new commissioner for the Oil River Protectorate. He vehemently refused to attend any of the meetings. Instead, he would send representatives on his behalf. Due to Nana's resistance to the British government's role in the exploitation of the Niger Delta area, the British laid siege to his town. He had an impressive military machine, enormous wealth, and great influence, all of which combined proved to be vital components in his monopoly of the palm oil trade. The resistance put up by Nana against the British in 1894 was daring and remarkably brilliant. The British, having no knowledge of the creeks which they had to sail to reach Ebrohimi and the military prowess which Nana possessed, thought the expedition was going to be a casual military one. The expedition would turn out to be one of their most difficult and costly imperial adventures in West Africa. In fact, they put up one of the best British forces ever up until that time. The crisis worsened, and all attempts to capture Ebrohimi by the British failed. Nana had such an impenetrable military force that on 3 occasions he impelled the British forces to withdraw with heavy casualties. However, on September 25, 1894, Nana's capital of Ebrohimi eventually fell, mainly because Dobo, a local river of Nana, provided the British with logistic and intelligence support. The expedition would last for 3 months. After his defeat in 1894, the arms seized in Ebrohimi included 106 cannons, 445 blunderbusses, 640 guns, and 10 revolvers, in addition to 1,640 kegs of gunpowder and 2,500 rounds of machine gun ammunition. Ralph Moore issued a proclamation declaring Nana an outlaw and placed a bounty of £500 sterling for his recapture. All his properties were confiscated and later sold. Proceeds from the sale were used to defray the cost of the expedition, marking the demise of Nana's trading empire. During the attack on the town, Nana and many of his followers escaped through a secret canal at the back of the town and dispersed his family in different escape directions. Nana himself escaped to Lagos, outsmarting the invading British force who found his abandoned canoe on the morning of September 28, 1894, only to meet Nana's papers and documents in the canoe. While in Lagos, Nana stayed in the house of his long-term Yoruba friend, Seidu Olowu, who would temporarily harbor Nana and his followers. He also wrote a petition of clemency to the governor of Lagos Colony, Sir Gilbert Carter, on behalf of Nana. While at Olowu's place, Nana got in touch with his bosom friend from England, George Neville. Nana surrendered voluntarily to Carter on October 30. However, the governor had no legal right to detain the chief. Hence, he handed Nana over to the British consular court. Nana's trial began on November 30, and he was charged with and wrongfully accused of obstructing trade, terrorizing the Urhobo, waging war against Her Majesty, and engaging in inhumane slave trafficking. However, Nana Olomo's real offense was that his wealth, position, and power gave him considerable influence over the Benin River and the Warri district, making
You have seen the video and heard that Itsekiri served as middleman in the palm oil trade between Urhobo and European merchants. I want to add that Urhobo didn't like it. They didn't like it that Itsekiri was a middleman between them and the European merchant. Yes. So you heard it. You also heard that Nana was wrongly charged. There were 4 charges that the British accused Nana in his trial. 1 was obstructing trade. 2 was terrorizing Urhobo. 3 was waging war against Queen Victoria of England. And 4 was engaging in human trafficking. You heard these were wrong charges it's all bogus lies. Let's ask Urhobo, what became of the palm oil trade? Urhobo, I dey ask una now, may no, wetin come happen with the palm oil trade? Wetin happen with it? Okay. All right then. Make we continue. So, yes, so because all you do is betray. This is all Urhobo they do. Betray. This is all Urhobo they do. What happened with palm oil? The palm oil trade, what can happen with it? Okay. So, let's see the second video. His Majesty Ogiame Atuwache III recent visit to South Africa. You have seen the video. It symbolizes a rebirth of sovereignty of Itsekiri, Warri Kingdom, and Zulu Kingdom, South Africa. Yes. So you can see what Itsekiri does, the worth of Itsekiri. Yes. So let's take a look at the third.
Just 1,100 people having 46 polling units. This, according to them, is a flagrant abuse of the spirit and letter of the provisions of the Constitution as earlier highlighted. Now,
I need to ask questions, sir. I need to ask questions. Please, I beg you. I'd like to come in here. The Itsekiri people also are arguing that Warri North, for instance, Itsekiri has 75,000 registered voters, but received 8 wards, while the Ijaws have 35,000 voters, but got 10 wards. But there's something you said that I want to correct, and we state facts here. Like I like to say, empirical facts. You said, and I quote, that they told the Itsekiri people that they own Warri. They didn't tell them. It is a fact that they own Warri. And I'll refer you to a court case, Supreme Court 309, Ifomagbemi and Diary case, where it affirmed the Itsekiri title to the land in Warri. There's a Supreme Court case to that. Do you have another case that contradicts that Supreme Court judgment? So it's not an assertion. There's actually a Supreme Court case.
Mr. Rufai, thank you. Mr. Rufai, please, like I said, time is of the essence in this program, so you just better listen and get these issues in perspective, because this is important. Otherwise, we will not be able to form a collective to deal with the peace and security issues that are characterizing, that are resulting from this tension. Now, let me answer you straightly. There have been cases in Warri federal constituencies where the Urhobos, in Warri South proper, where you're making mention of, the Urhobos have a Supreme Court judgment, and this is not a legal platform, but get the issues clearly. Now, INEC.
You have seen the video and heard that it is a fact that Itsekiri own Warri. Reference to Supreme Court case 309, Chief Omagbemi and Derrick case, where it affirmed Itsekiri title to the Warri land. You heard it in the video. Okay. All right. Urhobo and Ijaw should refrain from unnecessary war with Itsekiri over Warri. Urhobo and Ijaw should be aware that they are tenants of Itsekiri in Warri. Urhobo and Ijaw noise makers who don't want to be Itsekiri tenant in Warri are not compelled to stay in Warri. Urhobo has a choice to trace his steps to Sapele that belongs to Urhobo. Likewise, Ijaw can always trace their steps back to Ijaw, but the Urhobo and Ijaw who choices it is to be in Warri should get it. Get it into your head that Warri belongs to the Iwere, Itsekiri people. Okay. If it is because of this Biafra freedom restoration that Urhobo and Ijaw choose to do this just to disrupt the Biafra movement, get this right. This time around, Urhobo and Ijaw, you have failed woefully, because coastal Biafra is not available for Islamization. Biafra will be restored. Get it. Get it now. This is not yet sparse anymore. Okay. When you play some slitty game, nobody knew. Nobody knew. But this time, we know better. You see this, our eyes, it don't open now. Okay. This program is specifically for Urhobo and Ijaw. So if you think this time when I go play game with us, it not go work. Because coastal is Biafra and Biafra will be restored. Yes, so. Okay. Free our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Anireju News. If you would like to donate to charity humanitarian, you can do so on my Cash App. You can also visit Anireju News online shop to order for t-shirts, pens, mugs, and souvenirs. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to bring to the attention of the world that Itsekiri Iwere people own Warri Kingdom. Thank you.
Mete wa Biafra de no. Mete na. Mete wa Biafra de no. Asina he yi megi. Mete wa Biafra